What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Hum Baby Cards. In the last episode, I talked about how we're in a junk era, a junk parallel, a junk sparkle, a junk slab. Most of this stuff is going to be close to worthless. Most of it already is damn near worthless right now. But in 20 years, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, none of these cards are going to be worth anything in 20 years. I shouldn't say none of them, but the vast majority will be close to worthless. And I started thinking, okay, that's what I think about most cards. Even a $20, $30 card today, I think is going to be $2 for the most part, because there's just too many options. It's just going to be more and more and more and more. But what about the super high end? Cards are selling for insane amounts of money. We're talking about the price of a Bel Air mansion, the price of a private jet for a piece of cardboard. What in the hell is going on? Now, I can understand the 52 Mickey Mantle mint condition. I can understand vintage stuff, but it's hard to wrap my head around the fact that modern, ultra modern stuff sells for this much. And you might say, well, obviously it's going to be worth more in the future, just like the Mantle. But I would argue that that's completely different. Nobody knew the Mantle was worth anything back then. That's why it's so valuable today. They weren't cared for. They were in bicycle spokes. They dumped a whole bunch of them into the ocean. So back then, cards were not considered valuable. They were just little things for the kids to trade and whatever. No, adults did not take it seriously. Nobody really took it seriously. They were just little they were what they are. They're what we thought they were. They're what we thought they were. They were pieces of cardboard with guys' faces on. That's it. And so understandably, nobody thought anything of them, which is why those vintage cards hold so much value today, especially the great players, especially if they're somehow still in really good or mint condition. But modern cards, it's a totally different ball game. We're protecting these things like crazy. We are taking care of them, and we understand they're valuable. We understand now that they're valuable, so there's not a whole lot of room for them to keep getting more valuable. And then there's a lot of other things to consider, which is what I'm about to talk about. And I start to wonder, who is actually buying these cards for these insane prices? 6 figures, 7 figures, sometimes 8 figures. How rich do you have to be? It's not like they're spending 80% of their net worth. So if you're buying a card for $7 million, this person's worth probably $100 million at least, or more. I mean, they must be just insanely rich. And are they doing it is it some kind of brag? Is it some kind of hey, look at my car, look at my watch, and look at my Shohei 101? Or is it some kind of investment where they think the cards are going to actually go up in value? And that's where I would caution some of these investors. I mean, they can do whatever they want with their money, and they probably have plenty of money. They're not going to risk their wealth on a piece of cardboard. It's probably just something that they wanted, and they're thinking, maybe it'll go up in value. And hey, I do the same thing compared to my net worth. So I buy cards, and I'm like, I don't expect it to go up, but I think it's really cool. I want it in my collection, and if it does go up in value someday, cool, great. If not, oh well. Could be that same kind of thinking, although I would normally think that rich millionaires would be a little smarter with their money, but maybe not, especially with rookies. What? Let's talk about the Nick Kurtz MLB debut patch auto 1 of 1. Now, this is the most prestigious card for any active MLB player. We saw the Paul Skeens debut 1 of 1 go for over $1 million, but Dick's Sporting Goods bought it. A corporate marketing move that made financial sense at the time for a massive business with tons of money. But the Kurtz card, we're talking about $516,000 to a private buyer. Now, I don't know if this is a huge A's fan, a huge Kurtz believer. If you got the cash, buy what you love, buy what you want, absolutely. But we're talking about a rookie, a good rookie, a unanimous AL Rookie of the Year, 36 bombs last year, but a rookie. And unless he becomes goatish, unless he becomes a first ballot Hall of Famer, drawing comparisons to Bonds, Ted Williams, Mickey Mantle, I don't see this card selling for anything close to that in 15, 20 years from now, even considering inflation. If we go back and look at the previous AL Rookies of the Year, and just imagine that they had a 1 of 1 card that sold for $500K their rookie year, And I know that that didn't exist back then for most of MLB history. This is a new thing, but let's just pretend. Let's go back to 96. Let's be fair. Derek Jeter, in all fairness, Jeter, Hall of Famer, Yankee legend, he was a Yankee. Maybe his 101 rookie would have held close to that value. I'm not even sure it would have, but let's give Jeter all due respect. But then, Nomar Garciaparra, Ben Grieve, Carlos Beltran, who is a Hall of Famer, but his card ain't selling for $500,000 or anything close to it. His best card I could find sold for $3,499, a one-of-one bat knob auto. And Beltran was highly hyped at the time. He was considered, an absolutely elite five-tool talent. We thought Carlos Beltran was going to be great, and he was great. That's my point. You can still be great on a Hall of Famer, and you're still not going to have a $500,000 card unless you're a freaking GOAT, or arguably the GOAT. So continuing on, we have Kazuhiro Sasaki. Ichiro Suzuki, maybe, but we're talking about a Japanese legend, worldwide fans. This dude is an absolute legend, Ichiro, and I'm not even sure there. And then look at these other guys. Eric Hinsky. Imagine if an Eric Hinsky card sold for $500K his rookie year. His rookie year was his best year. Angel Baroa, Bobby Crosby, Houston Street. Then there's Justin Verlander. And Justin Verlander's a future Hall of Famer, but even his card would not sell for $500K. So that's my point. Like, not all of these rookies maybe were as big of a prospect as Nick Kurtz, but bottom line, who knows what kind of career Kurtz will have? He may not be a Hall of Famer. He may not be close. He may sneak in. He may be borderline, or he may be an obvious first ballot Hall of Famer. But I'd say that's the least likely. He's already in a little bit of a sophomore slump. He's hitting just 244, 5 home runs, still good, still valuable to his team. I'm not trying to attack the guy. I'm not trying to say he's not a good player. Of course he's a great player. I'd take him right now for my team, the Giants. Can we get Nick Kurtz? That'd be amazing. But he's not exactly on pace to win the MVP. $516,000. Ask me my prediction in 20 years from now. I think Nick Kurtz is going to have a nice career. I don't know if he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I doubt it, to be honest with you. It'll probably be a $15,000, $20,000 card. It would be my guess. Still a valuable card, but it's not selling for $500,000. My instinct would be no, this card is going way down. Then you have some of these other huge cards. Now, the Kobe and MJ Dual Logoman, I'm going to be all the way real. That one might keep going up just because two of the greatest legends of all time signed it, and Kobe tragically passed away. So he can't sign anymore. And if he hadn't died, if that pilot of that helicopter made some smarter decisions that day, diverted to another airport, or avoided the flight altogether because of the weather, I think Fanatics or Upper Deck or whoever, Upper Deck, I guess, with MJ, would be paying Kobe and MJ insane money to keep signing some more of these dual cards. And I think that Logo Man would not be so coveted. It would still be coveted because it's one of the older ones. But I think it's not going for that much money, or it's going to go down in value because there's going to be so many more one-on-one autos coming out of these guys, and there's going to be more options for Kobe and MJ dual autos, or just Kobe would have more autos and things like that. Because remember, the hobby exploded in 2020 after he died. That is definitely an exception. That card, who knows? But when it comes to LeBron, when it comes to Shohei, when it comes to other legends, even MJ doesn't sign that much, which keeps his autograph very valuable. But I think they're going to keep creating different patches. They're going to have more ideas. They're going to be creative. There might be an all-star patch you wear in the all-star game, and that's going to be on a card, on an auto. Maybe the World Series even, or the finals for basketball, or the Super Bowl for football. They're going to keep coming up with ideas to generate more revenue, keep the hobby hot. And as they do that, I think the cards that we do have that are selling for $500,000, $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, I think they're going to go down. I think they're going to keep going down over time. Only the fact that some of these individuals have passed away, that keeps at least their autographed cards valuable, because they literally can't sign anymore. So they're just going to keep printing and printing and printing, and whatever it takes. So more options, more supply, more one-on-ones. in 15, 20 years, are these cards going to be as valuable when there's 1,000 other unique options? I don't know, man. I highly doubt it. To me, the only thing that keeps the prices going up is like the finality of a signature. And yeah, a rookie card. A rookie card is a rookie card. There's only one true rookie card that was printed the year they were a rookie. Well, now there's more than one true rookie. There's 500 true rookies. You get my point nowadays. But still, like the LeBron rookies, they were still pretty limited back then when LeBron made his debut. So I don't know, like, honestly, who's buying these? But I would caution most of these buyers, like, hey, get it if you want it. And I say the same thing to anyone, most collectors, like, get it if you want it, by all means, but don't expect it to go up in value. Don't expect in 20 years or 30 years, or when you're getting ready to retire, or when you're getting ready to clear house, for your golden years, for your twilight years, that all of a sudden those cards are going to be double, triple, quadruple value. Other than maybe some Kobe stuff, and I would highly doubt it. And as for the rookies, I mean, I would love to have a debut 101 auto. If you're going to buy one of those, pick yourself a rookie who nobody's thinking about, nobody's talking about. Find one on eBay, do your research and check out the players, and that's what I would do. And yeah, you still got to spend $2,000-3,000, but hey, if they become great, that's where you're going to see some serious income. Now, if they don't, yeah, you're stuck with it. But if you like the player anyway, you like the card anyway, and you have a personal collection, hey, it stays there. Show it to the player someday. The player would love to see it someday. So I've been looking at a few. Yeah, just look through and see what you can find here. There's a Jesse Schulten's 101, $49.99. Now, a Jung-Hoo. I didn't even know this was on the market. Jung-Hoo Lee. Wow. Is this real? This is the baby. Oh my goodness, Jung-Hoo Lee's MLB debut 101, 50 grand. But it says last one sold. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. How would there be two available? There's supposed to be a 101. It says here, last one sold. Am I tripping? Jim Mint 10, what is this? BRG? What is this company? Anyway, yeah, Brett Sullivan, he's been on here for a while, 3,500. Brad Lord, 8 grand. They're out here. They're out here, and so I'm not saying everyone can just drop $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on a baseball card, but obviously none of us hardly can drop 500 grand. Evan Carter, he was a pretty big prospect for the Rangers, 75K, and you can see they're out there. Oh, Trevor McDonald. Trevor McDonald's an awesome guy, dude. Now I'm tempted. Pick this one up and show it to him. That's sick right there. That is sick right there. Let me know your thoughts, though. Even that, you think it's going up in value? In 20 years, how much is this going to be worth? I don't even think it's worth $6,000 now, or its best offer. But in 30 years, Trevor McDonald's these guys are just going to be another name in the mix, and there's going to be 30 more years of players piled on top of it with 8 billion different options for cards. Guys we've never heard of are going to be huge, and these guys are going to be lost in the mix, man. It's just the truth. These high-end cards and super high-end cards, most of them are going down over time. This ain't the 50s and 60s. And I always say, if everyone's doing something, if everyone's investing in something, if everyone's on something, that ain't what you want. Don't invest in a company that everyone else is going, hey, NVIDIA, no, get in this, Amazon, no. You needed to invest in that stuff when no one ever heard of it. That's when you make your money. That's my take anyway, but let me know what you guys think in that comment section down below. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll talk to you in the next one.